What's up, Picklebrains? I'm Austin, and this is Spencer, and this is episode 68. Today we're going to be talking about some pickleball strategies that we've learned lately, so we hope that you enjoy.
Okay, the first thing we want to talk about, and this can be a little bit controversial, is staying in shape and why staying in shape can help you play better pickleball. Okay, so this weekend, my son and my nephew invited us to go play basketball, which I haven't played basketball like in an actual game for years. I figured it's probably like 12 years ago that I went and played. And I enjoy basketball, but anytime I have free time, which isn't a lot, I'd much rather play pickleball than basketball. But I agreed. Okay, so we go. We played at 7:30 in the morning, which is no problem for me. I like early, whatever, and I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. And this is, I just remember playing basketball from before and not being in shape and how extremely tough it is brutal. After the first like 5 minutes. Your shot's off, everything is off. Your defense is terrible. You can barely do a layup because you're out of shape. But this time being in shape, even though my game wasn't as good, I can just run around the court.
Yeah, that's nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it makes it very helpful. I think it's the same thing with pickleball, and not just singles. I think in doubles, if you don't have to worry about one less thing, and that's being in shape, you can focus more on your game. You don't have to be like, oh man, I'm tired, I'm gassed. You can purely focus on how do I hit this shot, where do I hit this shot, what do I need to do. And I'm not saying everybody needs to be crazy in shape and everyone needs to be on a strict diet or this or that. I'm just saying that it can be beneficial and it can be helpful to anyone. If they're in shape, I guarantee that their game will improve. At least a little bit, but I would assume a lot.
Yeah, because it causes you to make so many errors when you're not in shape.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly in singles, where it's like, I could totally win this match. I've thought so many times, I could totally win this match if I just could breathe.
Yeah, for sure.
It's literally all it comes down to, if I could just move a little bit more than my opponent.
It makes me think of two people, and they'll probably never watch this, so that's fine. But two pro pickleball players, one being Ryan Sherry. He's talked about this before. I've heard him. I don't know if it was on a podcast or somebody interviewed him after. He'll make up excuses because you only get a certain amount of timeouts. And he is a very good singles player, but he would be way better if he was actually in shape.
Yeah, he's insane. The fact that he's still so good.
Yeah, if he was taking care of his body though, it would be so much better. So he'll bend down and untie his shoe, and pretend like he's tying his
to
shoe
take a break,
to save some time, or set his towel purposely far away. So he's got to walk over to his towel and walk back. Which is kind of smart, but at the same time, wouldn't you be better off just when you're not playing, just get in shape?
Yeah.
And again, that could be different for everybody. For me, it's running. I enjoy running. I enjoy running up hills. That's what I do to stay in shape, and that helps me. For somebody else, it could be lifting weights. For somebody else, it could be, I don't know. So whatever it is, in my opinion, this might be not everyone's opinion. I think it can help their game.
No, I agree. Yeah, 100%. Good tip.
What's yours?
So mine's a quote from Bruce Lee. So I'm going to say it like Bruce Lee. I've actually never heard Bruce Lee speak.
Oh, really?
But I have seen Hollywood, What Happens in Hollywood or whatever.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. I've seen that, Bruce Lee. So I imagine he's something like that. But he says, I fear not the man that hits 10,000 kicks once. I fear the man that hits one kick 10,000 times. Or not hits, but you know what I mean. So essentially for pickleball, we fear the person that hits the same shot 10,000 times, gets the rep on the same exact shot 10,000 times. Not the person that just goes out and hits 10,000 shots.
Yeah, for sure.
And so pickleball comes down to getting reps and making sure that it's the same exact thing with our life. Everything that we do in our life. If we focus on one thing, we're going to get really good at that one thing. Whereas if we focus on a ton of different things all at once, we're going to get decent at everything. And so if you just focus on that one thing in your game, particularly when you're drilling, go out, focus on one thing that day. Get your reps in on that one thing over and over and over again. And then you're going to go into the match, and that thing's going to be absolutely on fire. And then the next day you can focus on another thing and hit 10,000 of those or whatever it might be. So, Bruce Lee.
I like that advice a lot. I feel like I am that guy in life and in the pickleball court, kind of the jack of all trades. And we know that player. Like I can go and I can mix in with a somewhat high level group, you know, and I can hit every shot decently.
Yeah. You're good. You're good at everything.
I do need to focus on, you know, getting better at one specific shot. And I do like the idea that eventually turns into getting better at 2 shots and then
everything,
perfecting 3 shots. I mean, the guy that I think of, and this is cliche, but is Ben Johns. You think about that backhand roll. How many times has he hit that on the court? But how many times has he hit it when he's not in a match?
Yeah.
Probably
that's what it comes down to.
Thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
And he's just got it perfected. How often do you see him miss that shot? You know? It's extremely rare.
Yeah, no. And it has so much power too, which is crazy.
Yeah. And it seems like, he has more and more power and bite on it too.
Nasty.
So I'm going to do that next time I drill. So next year when I go out and drill.
Next year, yeah.
I'm going to do that. No, that's great advice.
Get your reps in.
Okay. So I was watching a little bit of MLP, for any of those that don't know, Major League Pickleball this past weekend. I don't know who won or what happened. I only watched a few matches.
I watched one match.
But I've decided, and I don't know if you agree with this, Oz, I've decided that body bagging at high to semi-high levels is worthless. Trying to body bag someone, these players are so good, they've seen that ball 1,000 times. 9 times out of 10, they're going to get out of the way. So, I mean, especially anytime during clutch time, anytime you really have to win the point, I would not suggest firing the ball at somebody and just hoping it hits them and it doesn't go out.
Who did it? Jack Sock?
Jack Sock, yeah, in the match that I was watching. I don't even remember who they were playing against. I don't know how you guessed that.
Because he always ends the match. He always ends the match by hitting it 8 feet long.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, he's pretty amazing, but then at the same time, I don't understand. These players are ready for that ball. I would say, wouldn't you say 9 times out of 10 they're dodging that ball because they've seen it before?
For sure, yeah.
It might be unexpected that 1 time out of 10, but 9 times out of 10, it's not a winning point. Now, if you're hitting like a higher top spin, well, I mean, we could call it kind of a floater, but kind of a softer attack higher at the body, that if they do dodge it, it's going to land in. I like that ball.
Yeah.
But this high-powered ball, if it doesn't hit them, it goes out. I'm against.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
But
at that level, they're getting out of the way every time.
Yeah. And even at lower levels, I would suggest not doing it. Yes, you can do it if all you want to do is win the current match that you're playing in rec play at a lower level. If all you want to do is win the match, yeah, you can do that sometimes and get away with it. But I wouldn't start getting into that habit, because once you go higher in levels, it's just kind of worthless. And maybe I should explain what a body bag is, just in case.
Yeah, someone doesn't
that's
know.
Aiming at someone's body.
Trying to bag them.
Yeah, I don't know why it's called a body bag. Yeah. But I don't know. That's what we all call it.
There's a lot of stuff in pickleball. They name stuff and you just don't know why.
Yeah, you don't know the source or where it came from.
Shake and bake.
I mean, they even recently, they talked to the guy that invented pickleball, and they asked, did you know that the story that we've all been hearing is not true?
No. He's still alive?
I guess. Yeah. Showed him in a
must be
video.
90 years old.
And so it's not, or this is his son or something.
Okay.
But I do have on good authority, even though I don't know the guy's name, and I don't know if it's actually him or if it's a relative of his.
Sounds good.
But this is legit. So he
True
said
story.
They asked him where the name pickleball came from. Where have you heard that it's come from?
Comes from, I've heard 2 things. I've heard that it came from the dog, whose name was Pickles, which I've heard wasn't true.
Yeah.
From some people, and other people I've heard it is true. And then I can't remember the other one, but I bet it's what you're going to say.
So yeah, that is not true. So he said it came from a boat that they used to have.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
it
I've
was
heard.
his mom's boat or something like that.
That's what I've heard about. Rings a bell.
And something to do with having a bunch of random things in there or something. And relating that to pickleball, it's a bunch of random sports combined.
Oh, cool.
And so they called it pickleball. So anyway, that's not the full story, but apparently that's the more true story, not named after a dog.
That's crazy.
So
That's crazy that that's so well known.
yeah,
Like the Pickles the dog.
yeah, the fake version.
Kind of nuts.
Okay, I got one last thing I wanted to talk about. This is kind of random, but music while playing pickleball. I want to hear how you feel about it.
I think it's weird.
Yeah.
Honestly, like we've talked about this in the past, and obviously if you're there first, you get dibs on whatever music you want to play. Then you have like 10 courts blaring music, all different,
Yeah.
which is what it comes down to. But I feel like the first person there should get dibs on it. But in general, I don't think there should be any.
Yeah, I agree.
Weird.
I just
Nobody
don't
wants to
think-
listen to your music from, because you can hear it from 32 courts away. Like I know at Little Valley, I can hear it
Yeah,
from court 1.
Yeah.
Stupid.
it's interesting.
What do you think?
I mean, I realize that it's not tennis, but at the same time, I'm not bringing my boombox out there, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Straight
listen.
boombox.
But I mean, there's two things that I don't like. One, it gets me kind of out of rhythm, even if it's my own music. For me to play, I don't know, I don't love it. But the worst thing is somebody else. I just feel like you should at least ask. And some people may disagree with me. Leave us a comment if you do. That's fine. I feel like if people show up, they should at least ask, hey, do you care if we play some music? Because if
I agree.
not, they just go and turn it on and they're like, yeah, you're going to listen. I'm going to force you to listen to my music because there's no other courts available and you have to stay here and listen to it. And
Well-
sometimes it's bad.
Yeah, it's always bad. That's what I was going to say. Even when my friends bring music, it's horrible.
Yeah.
But people would come blare music while I'm filming. And then it's like, first of all, that muffs up the audio in general. But second of all, it's going to copyright it.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to copyright whatever music's blaring right there.
True.
So then I can't use any audio. I just have to end up just using, you know what I mean?
But third point
If I post on
is
YouTube or,
you were there
Instagram.
first.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's not like you showed up while they were playing music
Right.
and you decided to start recording a video. I mean,
Yeah, it's weird culture.
I don't know.
It's
that part's
fun.
interesting.
Like, I think it's fun if you have your own private court and you're doing it.
Sure.
If you're the first one there, it's fun. But when other people show up, I don't know. Even when other people show up, it's just like, turn your music off. I'm sure so many people will disagree with that.
I
But
bet they will.
I think music's stupid. It doesn't happen in any other sport.
yeah.
No one's taking their boombox out to a baseball game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, definitely not tennis. I could see maybe on a beach playing basketball outside.
There you go. On a
could
beach somewhere.
See some music out there.
Spike ball.
But pickleball does require, to me, a rhythm. It does require a certain amount of focus. And it's just hard for me to do with music. So anyway, disagree with us if you will. That's just our opinion.
Yeah. Good topics.
Anything else for the pod?
No, that's it. That was good.